Just ignore the fact that I am talking on Discord while also streaming. Not even like commentating or anything. Like, it really is just like me just on Discord mostly. Okay. Okay, I'll switch to stream mode now. Here we go. Please tell me you saved my progress. 328. Wait. Didn't know you could hold it until now. Okay. Hang on. Before we get started, can I just say something? Thank you for actually setting up the clock both times you've booted up the game. A lot of people don't take that step seriously. They just leave the clock at 12 and call it a day. But you are actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. This is what I love about the Stanley Parable. Everything matters. That's how I know that you care about this experience. You are paying attention. I don't even have any way of knowing if it's the time you are setting are correct. Well, the first time I didn't set it correctly. I set for AM, not PM. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Ooh. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see this screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. That would be about like 3 AM. Go ahead, pick whichever time you want. Yeah. Even if it's not the correct time, you've earned it. Thank you. Alright, I'll let you get back to the video game now. That was funny. That was hilarious to me. Also, hello Jupiter, how you doing today? Oh, worth a shot. You haven't seen this yet, but I am playing the Stanley Parable. I think you've not been in here yesterday.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Well, we'll just watch it.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Welcome back. I'm assuming I get that achievement because I watched the intro twice. Okay. Yeah, hello Jupiter. Sorry, hello Jupiter. Since that's how you do it. How are you doing today? I'm playing the Stanley Parable, a game with multiple endings. I don't think you were here yesterday. I could be wrong. And yeah.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Huh. Of course. What was that? Jupiter, thank you for the Prime sub. Thank you, I really appreciate it. That's why you were silent. I see. Thank you, I really do appreciate it. I know that I always sound just like dead voiced. I swear I am feeling emotions. It's just they're not. You can't really hear them, but I swear I really am happy. And Pepe, I remember to resub. Huh. Okay, so last time we went and saw new content. As you can see, this was not here before. It was just the door that said new content. I'm not going to go in that door again, but we got one ending already over there. Ooh, and we can actually like... Nah, the boxes. Okay. Huh. Weird.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, we're staying with the main game for now, because I have not gone all the endings yet. I believe I've gone all of them except for 2 endings on the left, and I think there's still a couple endings on the right I need to go to. I'm good, man. Got back from Mars yesterday, and I was tired, but today, a lot better.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Yeah.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah, I'm glad you are less tired. That is very good. Also, last time we saw something called the Stanley Parable Adventure Line, which was basically just a yellow line that traveled, like we saw it right there, outside that room. Even though the ending before, the confusion ending apparently got rid of the adventure line, but it showed up again here. So the fact that it's like it only shows up after we...
Yes, truly a room worth admiring, but eager to get back to business,
had that
Stanley
ending.
took the first open door on his left.
No, I didn't.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
We also saw it again down there, and as you can see, it's also gone. As far as I'm aware, there's no way to get down there. I really want to find out if there is. But yeah, like... Yeah, I slept all day yesterday? That's fair. Yeah, Era, I think you're gonna like this. If I can do it.
Oh, well, look who's got cold feet. Sorry to break it to you, Stanley, but that lift isn't coming back.
Nope.
You'd best either get comfortable right here on this platform, or test your luck by jumping to the floor below. You know what? Looking at it now, it's not that far to the bottom floor. I bet you can make it.
You think?
Come on. I'm sure you'll survive the jump. Don't tell me you're scared. That's not the Stanley I know. Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it!
We're doing this twice. We're doing this twice. I have never seen this before. Before it was just a ledge. Okay, but yeah, we're landing this.
Whoops. Looks like I was wrong.
Oops.
How clumsy of me.
I've never seen that tunnel before. Like in videos when I...
All of his co-workers were gone.
I have seen it.
What could it mean?
Nothing. That has never
Stanley
been there
decided
before.
to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, so we had that ending. where we fall. Now I just want to end up seeing what happens when we get in that
When
tunnel.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley
Crunch.
knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I went to bed at like 3:20 p.m. yesterday, and I woke up at 10 a.m. today. Wow.
Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Okay. What is this? New content. Okay. So, like I said, this is Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, which means there's the main game and there's secrets hidden around to get extra stuff. This is one of those things. Like, we've already gotten 2 endings out of
Stanley
extra
had
stuff.
now gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun.
Huh.
You didn't think I was actually just a recording, did you? What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me,
That's
all
a
the
good point.
absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording?
There's the
It was
table.
all just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and
Another one.
intricate storytelling. It must be so simple to be you. Life being an unending waterfall of surprises and delights. How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do.
Cat Jean. I assume that's a real life
Now I've
cat.
become sad. Look what you've done to me. This is all your fault.
That's funny. That is so funny. I love how self-aware this game is.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Yeah, I am confident that
Stanley
that's new.
decided to
I've
go to the
never
meeting
seen
room.
that before.
Perhaps he
ever.
had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
I want to try to
Perhaps
get
he wanted
all...
to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I want to try and get all of the
The lounge was
endings
sublime, a work
in
of
the
art.
main game.
But eager
in
to get
this
back to
video,
business,
if I have
Stanley
time,
took the
hopefully.
first open door on his left.
I'm aware.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
Aren't
I
you,
realize
though?
that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop
Just see
trying
it.
to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
I'm just wondering what other secrets are there that I
This
just
is
haven't
it,
noticed.
Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Okay. Okay, clipping something interesting. I kind of just want to end up seeing what it is. The narrator bullying. Okay, that's funny. Also, congratulations, Jupiter. You beat Rock. And hello, Bean. How you doing today? You actually just missed new content. Right over there, there's a hole. Do you want me to go back after this? You're good? That's good to hear. I'm glad to hear that. But yeah, but I would like that. Okay. But yeah, we're gonna end up doing the one ending where I answer the phone first. But yeah, I just like was trying to just die. You know, I landed on that little ledge over there and then I fell. But at the same time, I noticed that there was the tunnel over there, so I went in there, and there was new content. Yeah.
That's her, Stanley.
Yeah, I know. Also, notice how the number is 427.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Okay.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you?
Literally, though.
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. Sorry, but you're in my story now. This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley. Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Shut up. Trying to get a girl, narrator. Yeah. Gonna hold off for a second? Hey, you around here often? Okay.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do.
Yep.
Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Yeah. Just watch this.
But in his mind,
where was it?
In his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
2/5 of the way to VIP. Nice. Honestly, I have not actually asked Rock, but I'm confident that Rock is like 4/5 of the way there, because Rock's like always here. Like, Rock is here so often. Okay, cool. Time is lonely, of course. Was this a surprise to anyone? Let's be honest here. Let's just think about it for a second. Did anyone really think that I could pull off someone? Even this person's out of my league. Look at it. Anyways.
And so he began to fantasize about his
turning
own job.
into my office.
First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth.
Oh, how crazy of Stanley to think that.
Excited him terribly.
Yep.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either.
Ooh.
At last, choice.
Choice.
It barely even mattered what lay behind each door.
Yeah.
The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Little lion.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be?
Yeah.
In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed.
Yeah.
The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Yep.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself.
Yeah.
But he won't listen to me. He won't stop.
Yeah.
Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
There's no other option. There's... No matter how long that clock goes, how much time goes by, you must press the button to be at work in the morning.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Press O to question nothing.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to.
No.
But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
Please die.
And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
The end is never the end. Ha, single ouch. The lion is the best character? Yes. It's unsound. I am sure you can. I have hope. And next one of us. If I can manage to get 2 partners with my personality, I do not doubt Timeline's ability. That I do.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Yeah, we're gonna
What could it mean?
go and
Stanley
show Bean
decided to
that
go to
one
the
ending.
meeting room. Perhaps he
Arrow.
had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, can we just see this real quick? The new there is actually still new content in there. Remember, there was that one path of like the vent that I went down, and there was another door. So there is still more content in there. But yeah, I just really like the sign that was added. Also, no, I cannot open that door, even though like, and there's boxes in the way, so I can't just go there.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was
He
not the
entered the
correct
door
way
on
to
his
the meeting
right.
room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Bean knows that the line is gone, because we did not just do the confusion ending.
Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the
Left.
first, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Perfect.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
The line is also gone down there. Here we go. And Bean, I think you'll find this funny. There's nothing around us. Actually, look at these. Reference of pain. Interesting. Huh.
Stanley had now gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path
Yeah.
that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path.
It just
that seemed
continues
the
like
office
that.
Had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office. You didn't think I was actually just a recording, did you? What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording? It was all just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate storytelling.
Yeah,
It must be
here's the
so
table.
simple to be you.
Yes.
Life
Here's
being
another
an
table.
unending waterfall of surprises and delights.
Another table.
How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do.
Yes. I
Now
find it
I've
so
become
funny.
sad. Look what you've done to me. This is all your fault.
I just find that funny. It's so funny. Secret tunnel. Yes. Do you think the Stanley Parable narrator is homophobic? I doubt it, honestly. I mean, we don't really get any information about that sort of stuff, so. New content, yeah. New content, oh. Okay. The line being gone makes me a bit sad, yeah. I just want to know if there's another Like, there's so many secrets just hidden around. Like, being able to go to the bottom of that one place, and after being able to, you know, get another ending there. Like, there's just secrets just hidden around, and it's like, I want to see it. Little angry boy? Yeah.
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
It's weird, because isn't there, like, supposed to be some sort of way that you can, like, answer the phone on one of these? And that it'll end up causing, like, papers or boxes or something to show up around? What? Have fallen. Huh. Interesting. Oh, this thing's back. Yeah, we're not gonna do that again. Yeah, it's just not here. Hello, new content?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
What endings do we have
Stanley
left?
felt
Oh, on the
lightheaded,
right.
butterflies in his stomach. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Now...
Stanley was so bad at following directions,
So we need
it's
to go over
incredible
there.
he wasn't 5
And we have
years
not
ago.
done the red door yet.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but
no,
the
I think
fact
that's just
is that
his
the story has
overall
been about
theme,
nothing
like,
but
overall
you
person as a character.
all this
There's the
time.
3 dots.
What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have 0 consideration for others?
Yes.
Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful.
Okay, you see
Look,
beside...
let me prove it.
Oh my God.
Let me prove that I'm on your side.
Yep.
Give me a chance.
Yeah, you see beside that door, the 3 black dots beside the white door? It's better if I move. Yeah. That's from another game. And they just, like, put it in this game even though it came out before that game, which is odd.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley... Oh, thank God, you are willing to listen to me.
I just wanted
Do
to
you
do
see
that.
that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices.
Yeah.
The 2 of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now.
Yeah.
Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley?
I mean, we're all walking in circles.
I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped.
Okay.
And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
No, I'm going through this one. Why? I don't know. They're the same door, but whatever. So angry. Rain? Where was there rain? I know from experience. Which ending? Yeah, okay. See the dots? Yeah.
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it?
It is pretty.
If we
I'll
just
admit.
stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
I'll admit that it is pretty.
No, wait. Where are you going? Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
sorry,
Please,
narrator.
no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley. No!
Please, Stanley. That sounds weird.
Thank God. You lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room?
Not gonna say
There.
anything. There we go.
See? This is what you want. This is where we can both be happy. We really can.
Yeah.
If we stop moving, we just have to stop moving. Stanley, go back. There's nothing good that can come from this.
For legal reasons, I feel the need to mention to never actually do this.
No. No, no. What are you doing, Stan? Do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you?
Hate it when I cut off the narrator.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
I'm sorry, narrator.
My God. Is this really how much you dislike my game?
I love your game.
That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it?
No, it's for the
You're
content.
literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy.
Oh,
Am I
wow,
reading
the lag.
situation correctly?
Wow. Where did that come from? That like all came at once. How's stream holding on? Even when I'm in the pause menu, it's weird. Okay. We're gonna finish this ending and that's I'm gonna like close the game and open it back up. Hopefully that'll help. I just don't want to go through all this again.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours. Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going back.
Wow. The game is really struggling. Yeah. Okay. 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 Open it back up. Stream still going good? We're leaving the walls. Are you getting glitch? Game just suddenly quit wanting to exist? Yeah. It was. Stream lives? Good. Okay. Bean. Here. Okay. Here, I set up the clock both times, and there was an actual, like, secret thing, and it basically just said, wow, you actually set up the clock both times. Most of the time people just said, like, just keep it at 12 a.m., and they, like, thanked us for it. So that was really funny. And then ended up saying, I'll make a deal with you. Next time, just put in your favorite time. And there's my favorite time. I wonder if it's going to say anything this time. Ah, 3 a.m., your favorite time of day. Yep. Or could you simply not? resisting giving me the correct time again. I did not give you the correct time again. After all, I know how much you enjoy setting the time correctly. Okay, now I'm curious. How accurate 3 a.m. is? Let's use another slider to find out. How accurate is 3 a.m.? About there. Because it's only an hour off from it being just like AM PM difference. You know, I can just say regardless of your accuracy of the clock, I'm having a great time adjusting these settings. Yeah. I feel like I'm learning more about you and how you like things to be set. Yeah. It's good to collect data. What? That's kind of creepy. I wish we had more sliders, but we've gone through all the sliders I have. Perhaps I can invent some new sliders to gather new data on you. Shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, let me whip up a couple new ones. Should be ready by the next time you boot up the game. That's so funny. Like, every single detail in this game matters, and I find that so funny. I got an no! Did you miss when how much did you miss from that? Is this still Stanley Parable, or are we playing something new? Oh yeah, okay, yeah. You missed it. When I set up the clock, I set it up the first time, and then I set it up the second time as well. And then the game basically told us, like, oh yeah, you actually set it up both times. Most of the time people just use it at 12 a.m., especially by the second time. But you actually kept on doing it. For that, let's make a deal. Next time, let's put in your favorite time. And then it led down this, yeah. Meh. Missed up until 3 a.m. thing? Okay.
This is the story.
I'm gonna skip it this time. Last time, if I watched it both times, watched the intro both times, I got an achievement for that. But yeah, just like everything matters with this game, and I find that so funny.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Huh. I've seen a thing once where if you like speed your way over here, there's gonna be like a person here. Huh. I don't know if that's true, but...
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Have we done everything over there? We went down there, we got the confusion ending. We went, answered the call, didn't answer the call. We did red door, we did blue door. I think that's everything. Plus the extra ending. Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
It's back.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
I think it's just the exact same thing. As much as I do love the broom
Coming to a
closet,
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
Sorry.
That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Yeah, there's a random chance that a person can show up there. Show up where? It's back. I like the music.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Oh, okay. Random chance. Okay, I know what you mean now. I didn't know it was random. I thought it was like just a. I thought it was like an all the time type thing. Part of me wants to just like keep on resetting until I eventually get it.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Have you ever seen someone just like press up again?
Whoops, nope, never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me.
I've never seen this before. I think
Why
this is new.
did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
New content. New content. Oh. Oh.
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office.
Yeah.
Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated.
This might have actually just...
keen eye for storytelling
Yes.
that you have. An incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
It could be that this was in the original game. I don't really know. But I've just never seen it before, so I assume that it's new. Well... New, okay. What if I just put in the a different code now? You should close it, right? Or not. Yeah, I think this just does nothing. Man. Okay. Okay.
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
Y'all want to go back up again just to see how the narrator reacts? Went up and down again? Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
They're kind of annoying, but he's so funny. The narrator's so funny. Yep, still the boss's office. Oh. I don't know if there's a timer on that. Or did I just get locked in?
Oh my god. It's the boss's office.
I'm sorry. That was funny.
This absolutely changes everything for me.
Yes.
Give me a time out here for a minute while I process this.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No, wait. No, I need more time to process.
Okay. Take as much time as you need. You have to go out and trigger the scene. Amazing. Yes. Can we keep doing this? I don't know, but I want to see how long I can keep this up.
I have fully come to terms with it.
Okay.
I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
Yes.
Of course. going back down in the elevator.
Yep.
How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it. That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
Y'all know what to do, right? Aw, I think the narrator is done. Oh, okay.
You know what?
You know what?
I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment.
Oh no.
Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator.
You're right.
But the suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill.
Yes.
Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go.
Yeah.
It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow?
Oh, I love
There
this.
we go. Isn't this so much more exciting? You
Yes,
know,
it
Stanley,
is.
it seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the tension?
Yeah.
Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story,
Exactly.
the characters?
Yeah.
Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises? To have to think and to anticipate and then to marvel at the eventual reveal. This is storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years. And it's really all because of you. You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over.
Yeah.
Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley.
Yeah.
I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley, because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up to you.
Yep.
Which is why, though I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you so that you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life. Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley.
Yeah,
I don't know
okay.
if you realize the impact you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better.
The first half of my
Oh,
name.
good. We're here.
Y'all.
Okay, the room where we're holding the press conference should be just around the corner here somewhere.
Okay. Let's read chat. New content. See, that was a man. I think I keep playing Brain Ever. Is there gonna be another end in this way? I didn't think so. I thought it was just gonna be up and down until eventually the narrator stops talking about it, but it looks like it. Live on eyes. Oh, this is the storytelling. This is amazing.
Ah, yes, here it is, just through this door.
Night Alive on stage. Okay. It's the first scientific machine. Just it ever. Doing great. Great. Okay.
All right, are you ready? I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling and what it means to craft a truly unpredictable narrative.
427.
Oh, don't worry, you'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley.
Thank you.
Okay, it looks like they're ready for you. Go get 'em.
you came from. Oh, this is amazing. The dude who came up with pizza. Oh, this is amazing. Whoa. Look at that heartbeat. Oh, I've gone deaf. That was so funny. That was amazing. Oh my god.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. That was so funny. Now we'll actually go down and I'm gonna end up
When Stanley came to a set of two open
hatch.
doors, he entered the door on his left.
But wow.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his... Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
Down the elevator again. That was great. Yeah, I loved that. That's what I call content.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I don't think I did.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
I know.
The door behind him was not shut.
Nope.
Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Yep.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Yep.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Okay.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Stanley Parable.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
I don't know. Okay, I think this really is just like nothing but this.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Windows. Bit more over here now. corridor. Filing cabinets. I always like this ending. Just the idea that there's just so much. Just real quick to end up thanking everyone who's on this board. I'm not going to read them all out, of course, I have a life. But maintenance room. Early version of the maintenance room, okay. Yeah, but just everyone who's on that board, thank you. This game is amazing. And anyone who ended up helping without the Ultra Deluxe as well. Ooh, is that one up there new? Is that them at the bottom? Or is that them looking down from above? I don't know. But no, this is definitely new because this was inside of the first ever trailer for the Ultra Deluxe. This stuff is new. Interesting. Warzone. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on the battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Nothing's too on the nose for Stanley Parable. Plus, some people interrupted as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. That's fair. A bike. Huh. Museum. That's them at the bottom? Okay. Then yeah, I guess that is... Yeah. Objects, Stanley Parable. Tell me what number... I think you know. What would you do? Stanley entered any other room? Huh. What is the significance of that number? I'm assuming there's a lot of those, so I'm not going to wait through all of them, but wow. The lounge. Early development of the lounge. In previous versions, for the choice leading to the apartment ending, the timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. Yeah, then they scrapped that for the unplug the phone ending. Cargo lift. Interesting. Second version was functionally the same as the final game, but we wanted it to look more like the place of cargo was actually stored. Okay. Cargo lift, yeah. There's just so much in this area. Pause. Yeah, I'm just kind of like rushing my way through now because there's just a lot. Oh, this was also, I'm pretty sure, one of the announcements for the Ultra Deluxe. Major teaser trailer. Yeah. Maybe it was just the original game. I don't know. But yeah. Room elevator. Yeah. Huh. There's a lot here, and I honestly have already gotten lost. Huh.
Facility to end this injustice forever. Then he pushed the number 8.
It's about the freedom ending. I think so. For the freedom ending in the game alpha, yeah. Freedom ending, another, and this was the beta. Huh. Game design mockup. I'm assuming that's like the main room. Just a different model for it. Huh. Stanley's office. From left to room, the Evolution Stanley Parable. Overtime, the first was created November 11th, the second March 2012, the third in February 2013. So we started off with this, and we moved to this, which actually looks like the one we have now. Just, yeah, there it is. There's like some final detailing with like the cabinets and things. Yeah. Yeah, I'm assuming that was everything. Not 100% sure, but yeah.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
Yes.
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Yeah, the freedom ending is actually what we're going to
But
do
listen
next.
to me. You can still save those two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
Yeah. As far as I'm aware, inside the original game at least, there was no difference if we end up turning on caps lock on accident. There was no difference if I just skipped the ending, or if I
All of his
restarted,
co-workers
or
were
if
gone.
I actually just
What
died.
could it mean?
I'm assuming that's
Stanley
the same
decided to
thing here.
go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. Yeah. One more ending, I believe.
When Stanley came to a set of two open
That's
doors,
the freedom
he
ending.
entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his... Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yep.
Here's the door, just go.
Yep. Thank you very much. I still really like the up and down ending. Like, that was really funny to me. And also they made it clear that you could not end up going back down because the cage closed behind us. And that was also funny.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yes, sir.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place
Am I the one
where
that always had to,
freedom meant nothing.
like, always try to find 427? 427, there I am. I need to time it right.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
2, 3, 4.
Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His
2, 3,
own
4
life
really just
in someone
doesn't-
else's control?
He just looks weird.
Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Worth a shot.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Yes, I will. I believe this is the final. Wow, the final ending. At least for the main game. There's still more stuff inside the
Blackness,
extra.
and a rising
content.
chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes! He had won! He had defeated the machine! Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
Can't go back.
Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And
See,
that was
breach
all
and
he
distance.
needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
I believe there's like a secret like skull over there. I'll walk through backwards. Why? Because why not?
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen.
Yep.
And Stanley was happy.
This was a terrible time for that. No. Pretty? Okay. At least it ended up ending, so you could still see it. Beat the game. It's an achievement I just got. Can you guys see the achievements? Just a second, I'm gonna wait for my phone to catch up. No, you cannot. So I have been informing you guys on the achievements for a reason. Okay. Can't see the... Okay. Yeah, it's in the
All
bottom
of his
right corner.
co-workers
We
were
see it.
gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. You ready for the new content, Bean?
Oh, good. You noticed my sign.
Yes.
Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
But just like... Nope, nothing. Okay. New content. Yes. Ooh. Okay, well, what if I get back in? Nothing? Okay. There's also no buttons or anything.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra-deluxe version has turned out to be.
No.
The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra-deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is
back.
why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
2? What?
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
You see, before I was just thinking, like, go back in that other path we already went down, but then just go down the door instead of the vent. If I go down here. Okay. Never the end again. Okay, Stanley Parable.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think?
Yeah.
Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the
Means
Stanley
Ultra Deluxe.
Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement
Yes,
right there.
of course.
It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
I just want to see everything. Okay. It's a bird. What is that? Okay, here I'll... Oh, I can't, like... Okay. People on that... What is this? Oh my god. They are back 2 doors. Okay. 1, better TSP. I don't know what TSP is. 2, better TSP. The color red, of course. 1, 2. This is so cool. This place is really pretty, it is. This is different. I'm just... What? Okay. 2 Stanleys. Not 2 computers, though, which is kind of odd. It's like...
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be.
Okay.
But let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Oh yeah, sure. Of course, definitely. 100%. Sequels are good. Portal 2, that's true. It's, in my opinion, better than Portal 1. Half-Life 2, never played it, but I've heard that's good. Batman Arkham Knight Asylum 2 City. Don't know that one. I mean, I've heard of it, but... Actually, Original Sin 2? I don't even know what that is. Doom 2, I've heard that's good. Alan 2, Return of Jafar. Okay, I'll give you that. That was a good movie. It was kind of weird that they changed the voice actor for the genie, I'm pretty sure, but it was good. Dark Souls 2. I don't know Dark Souls. Reminds me of like an actual modern office building. Yeah, like they have like modern computers and stuff, and it's like, those are laptops. But yeah, we saw like a modern computer there, and it's like, ah. Did we do the whiteboard ending? We have not. We have not gotten the whiteboard ending yet. I just didn't want to do it because it just would mean so much resetting. New features. What? Like locked in, that's kind of
Here
creepy.
we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Okay. This is so cool. Not the fern that I know. The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Huh.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, What do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Too big, too small, just right. And I'm fine with this because, one, nobody else seems to be in chat, and B, you know my name. And also, just the fact that by Steam, I'm pretty sure I'm known by Tremendous Timeline, so. Jim?
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim.
Oh, okay.
But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature.
I am
Just
Jim.
play along. I promise you'll love it.
I am
Okay,
Jim.
here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust.
What?
Do you feel it deeply? Are you
Yes.
really, truly Jim
I
right
am
now?
Jim.
If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Jim.
Oh my god. It said my name.
Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a
Yeah.
rush! That was you!
Yeah.
The button described you. Do it again. Do it again.
Jim.
It hits even harder the second time.
It
If
knows
this were
me.
the only
It really
new feature in
knows
the
me.
Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money.
Yeah.
Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
But like,
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon
Aw.
you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
Jim.
that's so funny though. That was so funny. Oh my god. This gives me the vibes of like the room in the new FNAF. Literally though, like I got there. I thought I would find your name. No, Slim Jim. Yep, Jim goes to the gym. We Jim. Yes, I am Jim. That's all I have ever been. Also, I just really like the too big, too small. Oh yeah, that's it. Even it's like the same size like every other button. Like they really could just like change the color.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature. An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it would go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
The end of the story? Stanley Parables don't have endings. The end is never the end, remember? What? I'm sorry. Huh? Collectibles? Okay. I'm willing to buy some Stanley Parable collectibles. Tall, yeah. Okay, Infinity Hole. World Champion. Free achievement. Free achievements. Okay. Setting World Champion is just not allowed. The jump circle.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle?
Yeah.
Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
That's funny. Man, if I wouldn't have done that, then that would mean that we could have... Okay. Okay. That's cool. That's interesting. Infinite hole, it won't end. There's so much! No screenshots? I don't know
Okay,
how to
I'll
take
be
a
honest, I
screenshot.
haven't yet decided on this one.
Ooh.
I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
I'm gonna go with the Get Well Someday.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is.
I knew it.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Okay. So much. Just so much. We'll go over here first. Okay, this just leads over there. Okay. There's so much. Being genuine. If it said your name, well, yeah, I would probably laugh too. I wouldn't even be mad. It would be funny. I wouldn't even know how they got it, but it'd be funny. That's not how science works. Cool. Ooh. Yeah, that is a wormhole. Due to Einstein's theory, I'm pretty sure. Oh, charge. Interesting. It just keeps going. It just loops.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Okay. We're going down the hole, right? Like, we all agree on this? Like, it could turn out that this game, it actually does just go on forever. And I just, like, you know, can no longer, like, play the Stanley Parable anymore or something. Like, it would suck. But, like, that'd be funny. Get well someday, yes. Until playing with Stanley Parable is whole time. Let's do this.
You see, isn't it wonderful?
Yeah.
One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
Oh, but what if I just wait?
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things. Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole.
Oh.
Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole.
Okay.
I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity.
Why?
From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole.
Yep.
You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean.
Yeah.
Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite?
Yes,
If
of
that
course.
works for you,
It
then
works for
go
me.
ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on.
Okay.
I'll just be up here when you're ready.
Okay. Stretch, you got it. Hello, Sleepy. How you doing today? Okay, there's your stretch. We just wait, yeah. Well, Sleepy, how are you doing today? Yeah, I'm assuming there's nothing else here. But also, I believe mathematically it's 8.9 meters per second is how much gravity, and I did not stutter there. It really is 9.8 meters per second. But yeah, is how gravity works, so theoretically we could find out how deep that hole was if we time it. I'm not going to, but
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more
What
of
if I
my
did?
ideas for the sequel.
what if I just...
Oh, for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much.
That sounds wrong.
A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there, goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time?
Yeah.
I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean,
Yeah.
admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above.
Okay.
Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. I really do have so much more to show you and to talk about, and I've had enough of the hole for a lifetime.
Maybe you have.
Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where...
Yeah, it's getting a lot shorter.
Okay.
You can even see the light
Yes.
is bigger.
I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite.
Yeah.
I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep,
Yeah.
even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
I don't know.
Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length.
Yeah.
Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter.
Now I'll walk out. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm doing amazing things. That's good to hear. I'm very glad to hear that. I'm doing quite well as well, thank you. I'm just enjoying this game so much. This is so much fun. Yeah. Get shorter each time? Yeah.
Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come
What?
to haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite, but it's barely even a hole at this point. It's more of a concavity, or even a very aggressive divot.
Yeah.
How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
Okay. Oh.
Is the, teleport button not working?
Yep.
You sure?
Yep.
Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again.
It's not working.
Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone.
Oh.
You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else.
Okay.
Take care, Stanley. I
Okay.
hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
Wow. Is this it? Is there really like nothing? Oh no. It's getting what? It's becoming an infinite hole. It's becoming an infinite hole. Damn it, anyways. Oh, that's something, yeah. Sounds like something, yeah. Secret home. F to finish your perspective. To change your perspective, sorry. Hey, Stanley. Oh, this is amazing.
you're
What?
no longer using up the space of mine.
Change your
My
reality?
head's stronger. Now you're no longer.
What? Hey.
My head's stronger. Now you're
Change
no
yourself. I didn't even see that was there.
longer using up the space of mine.
What? Upside down now.
Stanley! Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland.
What?
But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it.
Okay.
You don't want to miss a single moment.
Okay.
So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole?
What?
From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole.
Okay.
And I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodlepip.
Okay. I, 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 uh, 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 oh, we're here. Okay. What?
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Should I try and go back to the hole and see what happens? Just... that's funny. But that was... What? Toodlepip, yeah. It just nothing. Free new use the achievement, get it here. Okay.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement.
Oh.
Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
Okay. Looks like some of the assets from the original mod.
Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist.
Yes.
Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
think there really is just like nothing. Still funny though.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Can you find them? Can you find them? Okay, collect them. Oh, okay, the collectibles.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Yep, that seems accurate. Okay. It's locked. You best bet I'm gonna try and get all of them.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it.
Yeah.
Absolutely tragic.
Literally. Towards the light, yep.
Oh, goodness, Stanley, this is fairly awkward. I hate to do this, but before you leave, you really should go to the bucket exhibit.
Okay.
You see, there's a surprise I was
didn't know
going
I
to
was leaving.
spring on you later, and it involves the bucket. And I really do hate to break the illusion, but it's important that you go see the bucket, okay?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
All right,
I
I'll
didn't
get
know
out
that.
of your hair now.
I didn't know that was leaving. Trust me, I don't want to leave before going here. This just looks like really, really big and stuff, and it's like... Okay, that's just the... I've been there.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley,
431, eh?
anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution.
So I'm just going
Come
to put
on,
that on there
give it a
real quick in
try.
chat for later. Because I'm wondering if there's cameras on those things.
Can you feel it?
Yes.
The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body.
Yes.
And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well?
Here's a
I
map.
think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
Oh, thank you.
The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they?
Yes.
All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
You don't want to know how much money I'd pay for a Stanley Parable 2.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game?
Nope.
That really should be an award if
Yeah.
it isn't already.
Literally. Okay. Bucket makes us hot. Oh yeah. I am so hot right now. Anyways, have we seen any water around? I don't think we have. We're just like out of curiosity. And also, where was the map? 344, okay. Map. I'm assuming you mean this. Nope, that's 2 buckets, okay. Water bucket. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. If there was water anywhere, just... By the exit was the map. Oh, okay. Ooh, okay. Here. Okay, so... Wait, is this just the... This is the normal game map, I think. I think? What am I staring at right now? Okay, you're here. So I've been down there. I've been up there. I don't know, what is this over here? It's something though. There. I think I've been there. Yeah. This is confusing. I'm just gonna assume I've been to everything. I think I have. I hope so. I've got the bucket. I think, okay.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features?
Yes.
Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
I think I got a good seat.
Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Ooh. I like it. Can I get those?
I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind.
Where's the bucket? Oh,
Hold
there
on.
it is.
Let
On the
me
very
do a
top.
different arrangement. Okay,
okay.
Yes, this is much better. I feel good about this.
I was wondering.
Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game.
Yeah.
I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it.
Oh.
I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well,
Add to it.
insert a few of my new features into it.
Yeah.
Peacefully, of course.
Of course.
With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game.
Yes.
Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and
Ultra deluxe.
uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2." Let me see if I can whip something up.
Like ultra deluxe?
All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Oh. I kind of just want to wait and see what's down here, honestly. Okay. I think you're behind it. It's backwards. Oh, new game time. Yeah. Okay, let's see what's at the very end of the hallway first. That or it's a repeat. It's a repeat. Okay. Okay. What?
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
I'm watching it.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Is this like...
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I think this is just like how the game is now. And like this is... maybe? Or this might actually just lead to an ending. I don't know. Do we go through all the endings again? I mean, maybe. Oh, railings. That's funny.
Stanley felt the bucket calling to him, begging him to pick it up. Why was he not doing it?
Was the bucket there and I just missed it?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
What do I do?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
What do I do? Oh.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done.
Okay.
You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
What?
Here's the door. Just go.
Okay.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands?
Mini-stands.
Stanley figs.
Stanley figs.
What about Stanlerines?
Ooh.
Yes, I think I like that.
Yes.
Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Halfway there. Since we were given one for free. The room isn't useless anymore. Yeah. Do I go? I don't know, man.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible
Secret is now paused.
secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I'm so confused right now. Hello, Rock. How are you doing today?
Now the monitors jumped to life.
We're on
Their
the Stanley
true
Parable
nature
2 now?
revealed.
Yeah,
Each bore the number
kind
of
of.
an employee in the building.
It's the same
Stanley's
game,
co-workers.
which is odd.
The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And
Just fed a
Stanley,
baby deer.
one
Ooh,
of
nice.
them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
I'm so confused. What were those numbers? 431. Oh. 431. There's one of them. That does look odd. What's the other one? 435 and 436. Up there. Yeah. Not quite anything like interesting though.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Why are we talking about the numbers? Well, we end up seeing some desks earlier in some place where desks are not usually supposed to be, so I wanted to see if there were cameras that were looking at the desks where we saw them. They were not. They were just normal. Why are we talking about numbers? Yeah. Not the ones from the room? Yeah, they're just normal. So big things in the rooms. Check the screens, yeah.
And when at last he found the source of the room's
It's faster, so. We'll do this and that will end up going right. And hopefully we'll find more there? I don't know, man.
blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes! He had won! He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone?
Good question.
How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley picked up the bucket.
I completely missed that this was here. But yes, I picked up the bucket. I've got it.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay. Hello, Lynn. How are you doing today? So, once again, we're playing Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, or as the game is calling itself now, Stanley Parable 2. Being stuck in a time loop with this man? Yeah. But we went down this whole path where the narrator was like, the Ultra Deluxe just doesn't feel right. So he showed us a bunch of this, like, quote-unquote new content that he was going to add to the game. This includes balloons that we've let... Oh, there's some. Balloons. There's some collectibles. 6, I believe. We have 3 so far. And also this bucket, and also an infinite hole somewhere.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Yeah.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was.
Yeah,
How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
The bucket is just...
No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
But
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Okay.
No,
Oh, that's lovely.
Said the
Infinite
bucket.
hole.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
That's new. I have to find like a card somewhere or something. What do I do? Oh. We've been down there.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1?
I don't know.
Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Yeah, there is no way up now, I'm pretty sure. So... That's awkward.
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah,
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I just want to end up seeing where the secrets could be.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized
We've
it
done
was
this
part of
ending.
the game's design all along.
Where are the
He then
collectibles?
praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay,
Yep.
I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Okay, yeah, there's nothing. Begin the game again.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and
There it
guidance
is.
from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him.
Yeah, sometimes a guy will just like show up here randomly. It really is just like completely random. And there it was.
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
Yes. I can't help but think, if there's water
Stanley clutched the
somewhere,
bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I don't know where, but if there is water somewhere, I can fill this bucket up with water. But I can't think of anywhere in this game where there's water. Also, I don't know where any of the other collectibles would be.
This was not
We
the
have two
correct
more.
way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meet? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
What did I just say? Whatever. I swear to God, I'm losing my mind.
And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
That's the confusion ending. Oh? Oh. Stairs. Something to do with stairs. Huh. Somewhere with both red and blue.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. You're getting close now, Stanley.
Okay.
You've nearly gotten all of the Figler Anmarines. Very soon, you'll collect the last one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it.
Yep.
We'll be different people by then.
Yep.
Different in the sense that we used to have none of them, and now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler Anmarines.
Nope.
None of us can.
Nope. I'm not going down that ending again. I may be older, but that ending still kind of scares me. It still puts shivers up my spine.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
Yep.
Was it that the bucket knew all along?
Yeah.
Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Of course. It's funny. Maybe in one of those endings where you play another game. Good job. Looks like heck, yeah. Did someone... I already forgot what the other ending was. Did anybody see what it was? Or where the other figurine would be?
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Oh yeah, and they made it very clear that if we collect all of
Stanley
them...
and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
The narrator has made it clear that if we collect all of them, all the collectibles, we get nothing. And of course I
Lights
want nothing,
rose
so...
on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this
One of those
place
endings
hold?
where you play another
Stanley
game?
and the bucket both
Maybe.
wondered to themselves.
I might just have to end up going down that path again just to see.
The monitors jumped to life,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea
Those endings
pigs.
where you play another
The
game.
bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently,
Now, why wouldn't we
reassuring
walk
it
into there?
that everything would be fine.
Why would you walk into the
Was the
bottom
bucket
staircase?
under the mind
I
control
assume?
facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place?
Good question.
These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
What? Kryptonite? They've got kryptonite.
No! He screamed into the bucket.
What is
He
that?
couldn't accept it. His own life
This is
in
all
someone
glitchy.
else's control.
It was like the
Never!
only one.
He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content.
Nothing ever says
Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again...
that. Loud, sorry.
Stanley and the bucket
Yeah, you see.
waited in blackness. Was it over?
The mind control.
Yes,
Seems like the
they
start
had
of the
done
whole
it.
movie. Ah,
Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them
Brock,
began
where'd
to
you get that
discuss the
mute
kind of life they wanted to live
symbol?
once
What's
they
that your
stepped
name?
through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together.
Yes.
With one another to lean on, to trust, to support.
Oh.
What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed?
Oh.
An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket.
Oh.
No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms.
No.
Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right?
Yep.
I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Yep. Oh. Okay. All of this over a bucket? Yes. It's a very important bucket, okay? With a horror movie? What?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
Okay. We'll go back again to that other place.
Stanley clutched the bucket
Because I already
tightly to his...
forgot.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but
just
Stanley
kinda
had
read the
felt the
stairs when
bucket
I was like,
calling
yeah.
to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Well, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Somewhere both red and blue. Both red and blue. Oh, okay. Begin the game again. I know where it's red and blue. The red and blue doors.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
Heh. The office changed again. That just happens sometimes. I like it when that happens. It's completely random. Kind of like the person walking down the hallway.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
I'm proud of myself.
Stanley
I
had
found
felt the bucket calling
almost
to
all
him,
of them, and I
telling him
considered
that
one
the
of them being at the
employee
bottom of the
lounge
stairs, so
was
I
simply the
almost
place to
got
be.
that one.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct?
The only reason I
No,
did is just because I
never
didn't want to
mind.
risk it.
The bucket was
I just don't
wrong.
like that ending.
Stanley took
It
the
sends
door on his
too many
left
shivers up
to
my
go
spine.
back to the meeting room,
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift. Good, said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked. No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, "No buckets past this point."
Oh.
Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point.
That would explain it.
If that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it.
Yeah.
This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
Okay. We're back on. Okay, see you later, Rock. Bro, we do not
Now then,
career.
I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket.
So I'm gonna say
Okay,
everything
let's
wrong,
begin.
right? We all agree on this?
Item 1. Is this a bucket?
No.
Correct. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Okay.
Item 2. Is this a bucket? Correct. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket,
Correct.
not an actual bucket.
See, I have no idea what that is either.
Item 3. Is this a bucket? Incorrect.
Aw.
This is a bucket.
Dang it.
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
Absolutely.
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one.
It's a tractor.
Is this a bucket?
I swear to God, if it says it's correct.
This is a bucket.
Okay. I feel like I should be keeping track, so that I can come back here and get everything wrong or everything right.
Item 6. Is this a bucket? Trick question.
What?
Both. Gotcha.
What? You're not gonna explain what you just said?
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
Oh, it's this one. It's the one I'm holding.
Yes. Thank you. There's nothing here. Of course it isn't a bucket. We both know full well that nothing isn't a bucket.
Dang it.
Wait, when I say nothing isn't a bucket, that makes it sound like I'm saying everything is a bucket, which of course is not true. Unless... Is that what you think? Answer me straight, Stanley. Are you trying to tell me that you believe everything is a bucket?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket?
Yeah.
Mere moments ago, I could answer these questions with confidence.
Yeah.
And yet now I'm somewhat adrift.
Yeah.
Do any of us know what a bucket is?
Literally.
Am I a bucket?
Ooh.
Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely.
No.
Okay, here we go. What
Yeah.
happened? Is everything gone?
Everything's a
Why
bucket.
did everything disappear?
Because everything's a button.
Was
A bucket.
everything a bucket?
Yes.
Every single thing in the game was a bucket.
Yes.
Oh my God, I had no idea.
Yeah.
How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all.
Okay.
And you, Stanley, you're still here.
Yeah.
You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news.
What?
We're not buckets.
Yeah.
Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now.
Yeah.
It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game.
Yeah.
So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay?
Okay.
And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
Huh. Okay. The office changed again. This happens sometimes.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
Whiteboard
decided
ending.
to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Whiteboard ending. Yes. We did it. We got the whiteboard ending. He's going through an existential crisis? Yeah. There's the bucket. I'm not going to take the bucket this time since that one room does not allow buckets.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I'm sorry, I gotta go to a place where there's red and blue.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you. What? Really?
Sorry.
I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm... And there it is.
Yep.
The last Stiggly Wiggly.
Booyah.
Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment.
Yes, it is.
This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward.
Yes.
I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward,
Yeah.
and we can't have that.
No.
So, instead I'll just say, it's done.
We're done.
all done here.
Okay.
And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Okay. Huh.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
I'm assuming if I end up
Oh,
resetting...
thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere
Yeah,
that
well,
isn't here.
it repeats.
Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley?
Yeah.
I wanted to stop.
Yep.
We would both be so much happier if we just stopped.
He calls his
And I
figurines
think-
different every time.
Well,
Yeah.
I think I have a
funny.
solution. Here, let me show you.
I've already got this ending. I'm just not resetting because I'm assuming that would end up
What?
taking away
What
the
are we
figurines
looking
that I just
for?
got.
Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? No, wait.
Last time I
Where
got
are you going?
this ending, it lagged a lot.
Oh,
so
no.
hopefully.
Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
I'm sorry, narrator.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley. No! Oh, no. No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
Oh,
Stanley?
thank you,
Let's go
Ultima.
back to the other room.
Ultima Minor.
Can you do that for me?
Be quiet, please. Thank you, Ultima Minor, for the follow. I really do appreciate it. How are you doing today? And I'm going slow. Okay.
My God. Is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it?
I'm sorry that I'm
You were
rushing
literally
through this
willing to
ending.
kill
I've
yourself
already
to
got
keep
it.
me from being happy.
It's just that
Am
I'm
I
trying
reading the
to...
situation correctly?
It's just that I'm trying
Maybe you're
to
just
save the
getting a
figurines
kick
because
out
I'm
of it.
assuming that
I
if you've
don't
already
know
got a
anymore.
figurine, it
I
will
just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was
not
too
save
much
if
to
I just
ask.
reset. So,
It looks like you wanted to make a choice
just in
after
case,
all. Well, this
I
one
want to
is
just...
yours.
I want to actually reach an ending, and this is the fastest ending there was, so...
Is it over?
Okay.
It's going to restart, isn't
Yes.
it? I'm going back.
Currently murdering yourself with a flight of stairs? Yes. Yes, that's how I'm spending my free time. Wait. Hold up. Hold up. Balloon's gone. Does that mean we got everything? Does that mean we got all the new stuff done? Uh-oh. That's a wall.
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines.
Yeah.
Those figglers. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one.
Yes.
Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life?
Yeah.
Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness? Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
Back to the memory zone, guys. Yeah, we've gone everything. Interesting. Everything in the original game, and I'm assuming... that this is the final ending for everything. I'm just kind of gonna rush through this because I've already seen all this. What is that? Okay. Assuming this is the area with the figurines.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible.
Yep.
Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said
6.
6 right there on the screen,
Yeah.
but how could we know for certain?
Yeah.
We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley. And here was a second Stanlerine.
Yes,
You
inside
found
the
this one all on your own, just by poking around in the boss's bathroom.
Yes.
You did that, Stanley.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6.
Yeah.
But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
Okay, just a second. He sounds so sad. Yeah, I think the narrator's going through some stuff. Time, why do you do this? What do you mean? Which balloon did you get? Happy 12th birthday, or? It was the happy 12th birthday. As much as I wanted the, get well eventually one, no. That's an improper fraction? Correct. I mean, technically you can end up doing it. You can mathematically get 7 divided by 6 and get an actual number. It's just... yeah. Oh, another one? Yes, it seems to be that we're... these are all the original collectibles we're getting in the exact same situation, so that's what we're doing right now. He kept killing yourself, even though... He sounds so sad. Oh, yeah. He really liked that other room that I just kind of like skipped over.
Okay, let's do
Where's
a little
this one?
quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini stand? Can you remember?
Boss's office or warehouse? Where did I find the third one? The warehouse, I think. Was there one in the boss's office? Which one was it? I don't remember. I think it's this one. Isn't the sixth one in the war?
No. The warehouse was the fourth place you found a Figanley, not the third. Well, I guess perhaps I shouldn't be surprised. Memories like these are so precious and so cherished that they all just sort of blend together, don't they? You know what? If the warehouse feels like the third place you found a collectible, then who am I to go making judgments?
Wasn't it? I really don't remember there even. Aw. I really hope I didn't, like, lose the chance to get one of them there.
Let's see. What came next?
This is not the thing we did.
Yes, we found a Figley in this pink room.
Oh, you're
well,
making up
I can't
stuff.
actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
7 by 6. 6, when you change to the mixed number 11 divided by 6. You can't simplify, I'm pretty sure, since it's a one numerator problem. Wrong on that. What? Okay, 7 divided by 6 would, when you change it to a mixed number, is 11 divided by 6. You can't simplify, I'm pretty sure, since it's a one numerator problem. Probably wrong on that. I'm pretty sure you can take anything divided by anything. Now, sure, you'd get decimals. 7 divided by 6 would be 1 point something. But you can also, I'm pretty sure, do 11 divided by 6. It would just be like 0.89 something, or probably something like that. Wasn't the sixth one the warehouse? I don't know, man. Technically, there's no pink room with an apple. Yeah, that's not a thing. I think the memory zone is less trustworthy than you thought. Yeah. A pink room with a giant apple. Yeah. 11 divided by 1 and 1/6. What? Not 11 divided by 6. 1 and 1/6. Oh, okay. I don't know. I know it's the summer. At least for me it is. Ah.
This was the fifth mini stand, and this one was really something special. It was under the stairs. I remember it so clearly. In fact,
right?
Because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
By the narrator. What's that down there? This is funny. It's mini stand number 5. 2009 movie references, let's go. Yeah. You found it under the stairs. Thanks for watching. Oh, yeah.
Takes you back, doesn't it?
Yes.
I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
8 minutes. Okay, this one's one that we've
And then,
actually been...
Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others.
Yes.
Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected.
Yep.
It was a moment unlike any other. except for the other moments picking
Yes.
up figurines, which it was exactly like.
Yes. Blue door. Again, I really hope I didn't like you were right
And
there.
then there was no more, because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, memory zone.
Oh. Also, we saw the fern there.
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
Okay. What's the princess?
Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue doors. I remember this.
Yes.
I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more.
Okay.
And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
Yes. Fast forward.
Yes, I love that video. Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good
Yeah.
room, though. A solid room.
Yeah. Oh. Oh. What? Where's the bucket when you need it? There's water now. What? Uh... Huh? Fake loan screen? That's new, yeah. Remembering the memory zone is their memory zone for the memory zone, then a memory zone for that. This is confusing my brain. Yeah, this man is going insane for these figurines. Goodness, yes. What's happening? Freedom. I think you clipped through the game. Yeah, but like, that had to have been on purpose, right? Like,
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things.
What?
It's those figurines.
maybe I did
Those
just like
figures.
clip through it.
I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire
Through the
life?
dark areas.
Didn't it fill you to the
Please walk
brim with
directly
inner
forward without
richness?
touching the walls.
Yes, I know we're supposed to be
We'll
telling a
fix
story,
ASAP.
but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
I'm so confused. Like, that had to have been on purpose, right? Like, we got to end up seeing the outside world, and that doesn't just happen.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
It's gone.
And here was a second Stanlerine. You found this one all on your own, just by poking around in the boss's bathroom. You did that, Stanley. I'll be honest. Back then, I had no faith in you to find any
very
of them,
trustworthy,
let
yeah.
alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
Yes.
Okay, let's do a little quiz.
Boss's
Which
office,
of
I
these
guess.
rooms was the room you found your third mini stand? Can you remember?
Nope. I did not.
Hey, that's exactly right. It was here behind the boss's office. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them.
Yes.
I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your...
Was that in the game? That was not in the game. I just heard a train. I can still hear the train. Seriously? Train, come on. Yeah, I just heard a train, and I was like, is that in the game? It was not. I think I know what happened. Nah, that was a bug for the reason... Yeah, exactly. Since the skybox in the memory zone? Oh! Okay. Outside world. Same areas. So you saw a bug with a hole in the map and fell down and saw the memory zone. Okay.
third
Yeah, that makes
time
sense.
doing anything.
That's smart. That makes sense.
Let's see, what came next?
Pink room.
Yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh, well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
Yes, of course.
This was the 5th mini stand, and this one was really something special. It was under the stairs. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion.
Yep.
Enjoy.
Hopefully this time we won't get cut through. Oh, I didn't realize what time it was. Okay, we still have time, but like, not much. Like, roughly 20 minutes. Way too much trust in the room. Yeah. Like it... Their area really just trust the room way too much. Why did the narrator go with this one so much? Said you can't forget your third time doing something, so now I can't hear this video. It's the third time I saw this. Yeah. That's how it works. But you can't forget the 4th time, so when we see it again, which we will.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
Okay.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works?
Yep.
All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected.
Yep.
It was a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments
Yes.
picking up figurines, which it was exactly like. And then there was no more.
Yeah, the fern, you
because
see?
we've
This
caught
is the
up to
fern
the
from the
present
confusion ending.
moment.
That's so
Nothing
important.
left
At
to
least I
do
think
but
it is.
move onward into the future. Goodbye, memory zone.
Nope.
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
People have really got something like entering my room while I'm streaming. The past, okay. Humans, I missed this. Hello, how are you? Yes, hello, Frog. How are you doing today? I'm okay, that's good to hear. You should have said 4.800e plus 17. Well, it's a way bigger number than 8, even... Which way is very small, bigger number. What? We're good, Froggy. Good, just kind of, okay. I have no idea what you mean, Alton.
Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue doors. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more. And here's where I made that video. Don't you
Fourth
remember
time
the video
we'll
we
watch
watched?
Yes.
Yes, I love that video.
Now let's not die.
Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A
Yeah.
solid room. These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have neutered the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation.
Yep.
Next one.
Okay. Okay.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too.
Yeah.
The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it?
Yeah.
Keep going. This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figurines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this? Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I
liked
remember
it.
hating it back then, but time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is.
Yeah.
I want more. More memories.
Okay. Chat, there's a lot. It's equal to 8 minutes. I have no idea what you are talking about, Ultima. No idea. Big words, Ultima. Yes. I will soon enough thank Prague. Good, no problem. I like big words. They make me seem more professional than I actually am. Fair enough. But it's a solid plan, yeah. Resume game.
Oh, yes, the two dwarfs.
The
Who could
classic.
have forgotten that? A classic memory, this
Yes.
one.
Assuming they leave at the same place, yep. Oh, in our office.
And before everything else, there was your office.
Yes. I think we've done everything.
Is there anything else?
This
was
is
there
it.
something that came before your office?
No.
There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember.
The intro?
Yes, I'm remembering something now.
What?
I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions.
Yeah.
I became lazy. And I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me.
Okay.
He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship.
What?
And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's
What?
grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again.
Huh?
I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore.
Okay.
Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with.
What?
You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Is that actually the end? What? And now the balloons are back.
Hi, Stanley. Just wanted to leave you a message to let you know there's a few things I need you to
This just
pick up on
happens
your way home
sometimes.
from work today.
Yeah.
We need milk, cereal, dish soap, spaghetti, get a thing of sugar.
Got it.
Some bread, and coffee beans, whichever ones you like.
Got it.
I'll give you a call if there's anything I forgot. Thanks, sweetie. See you tonight.
Okay. I got that. Solid plant, yeah. Oh. I am a human being made of red, white, blue cells, plasma, and a lot of other stuff since this type of person who has lower power of experience. Oh, he's gonna trash Stanley? Yeah. There was always the idea of that Stanley made up the narrator or made up this world of everyone went missing. No, it's the other way around. We were the narrator's plaything. We were made up by the narrator. That never even crossed my mind. Exactly what I imagine doing authors before they decide to kill off a character. Yeah. And yeah, that just like happens sometimes. That's the first time I've seen it though.
Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Huh. Where do you guys want to go? I guess I'll go over here.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd coming to a staircase. Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along?
Yes.
Was the bucket guiding him? Yes. This is certainly the most logical explanation.
What? This is exactly what I meant. Authors before they decide to kill off a character. Yeah. But I guess if we're gonna kill off Stanley, we kill off Stanley right.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
We don't give Stanley freedom.
The lights rose on an enormous
If
room
we are
packed
killing
with
off
television
Stanley,
screens.
we are
What
killing
horrible secret
Stanley.
did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
I'm gonna send this thing up sky high.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
The boss? Boss is an actual boss of your job. Who cares if people spent hours trying to be and, just force you to do real work? No, he didn't. So, yeah, this is the real boss fight? Okay?
No! He screamed
You're
into
too
the
smart
bucket.
for me.
He couldn't accept it. His
Ultimate.
own life in someone else's control? Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world.
Yes.
At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
You see, some people would just
But
get
here
the
was the
good
proof.
ending.
The heart
I
of
don't
the
believe in that.
operation.
I'm not doing
Controls
that.
labeled with
Especially since I know
emotions, happy
that the bucket
or
wouldn't,
sad or content.
like, it would lead down to a different path.
Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
No, if
And as
I
the cold
want
reality
the
of its
narrator
past
to
began
kill
to
off
sink
Stanley,
in,
I
Stanley
wanted
decided
to kill
that
it
this
off
machine...
the right
But
way.
at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen. Birds. Silly, silly birds. The control buttons became active again. Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another,
Penguins.
and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
Especially happier than when we were just like stuck in this room forever with the bucket. I like penguins. Okay. Huh. Huh. Pretty birds. Surprise, like a red ties. Yeah. Okay, but it seems to be, at least to me, that the bucket changes whatever ending you get. Like, no matter what, if you have the bucket with you, it will change the ending. So what I'm thinking is one final stream, maybe two if I don't have time, but probably only one, where I just go through every single ending, every single other ending with the bucket. And that's, like, we're going to end up seeing all the new endings. All the new bucket endings. That's odd. Okay. But we are gonna have to end up ending stream though. But yeah, that's what the game plan is for Thursday. We're gonna go through all the endings we can, hopefully all of them, with the bucket to end up seeing all the different ways that the endings have changed. Okay. Pretty birds, is it surprise that I like red ties? Not really. I could see you being a red ties kind of person. And of course, Lynn's just so happy to see birds. You could become a tomato. There's an infinite possibilities. That's true. Ooh, I did not see that. Frog's live, so we're gonna end up raiding Frog. But yeah. Yeah, I thought you were, Lynn. But yeah, we're gonna end up raiding Frog. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. I thank you guys for coming. And yeah. Bye-bye. Bye, y'all. Should I yell when you raid? I mean, you can. Why not? Yeah. Bye, y'all. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.